Hello, in this video we are going to see how to format the output. So this is going to be a short one. We will pick up from the calories calculator that we did when we were talking about data types, and we'll format the output. Okay, so if you recall, we had the output for the calories and we wanted set to formatted to two decimals after the point. Okay, so format the output, let's add a note here, to two decimal places. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is include iomanip to manipulate the output. Then we come here and at the bottom, right before you output, or you can do it any place before you output, that's the key, you can set precision, which is the keyword, to two decimal places. Okay, now there is something called a fixed and a floating point in C++. And if you look in Zybooks, you should go through this section that talks about the different formats of data types, right? Floating point and what does fixed mean and what does floating point mean. And if you go to the output formatting section, you should read about that a little bit so you know what it is doing by default. Okay, so by default, it sets it to a floating point precision. So if I set precision to 2 and I run it, what it will really do is I'm going to type in my name and my age and some numbers here and say heart rate is, oh, let's say whatever, and how much time, 45 minutes. And notice it gives me the numbers in floating point in scientific notation, which is what that is, exponents, right? If I set precision. Now, if I don't set precision at all, then it will give me regular numbers, but then it may not be to the number of decimal places that I want it to be. So then age, weight, and heart rate, and the time, and it gives me, but I want only two decimal places, and I want it to be consistent. See, that's not very consistent. Okay, so we want to do set precision to 2, but we want to change the formatting to fixed, and the show point is to make sure we get our decimal places or my zeros, the 0.00, if it is a whole number still. So notice the fixed and the show point are not taking any parameters. They are just fixed and show point the way they are. Whereas the set precision takes a parameter or an argument that says how many numbers do you want to set it to? How many digits after the decimal do you want for that? So now if I type in age, you can also hit enter, whether it's space or a new line, doesn't matter. The extraction operator ignores all of that, right? So 90 minutes, and it says, okay, so now it is actually formatted to two decimal places, and that won't change, meaning you can change it if you set it to 3. Okay, so that's kind of how you format the output, but make sure if you want it to be a fixed point and not a floating point, or a scientific notation, then you must set it to fixed and show point.